Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you are. My name is John, or Last Frontier Bricks, and this is my review of the LEGO Star Wars Dark Falcon from Rebuild the Galaxy. It is set number 75389, comes with 1,579 pieces, plus 6 minifigures, and retails for $180. A bit high on the price per piece count, but all in all, I got a funny feeling it's going to be worth it. Taking a look at this set, it is the most unique Millennium Falcon we have ever gotten with that black and red color scheme. Plus, again, this is a Rebuild the Galaxy Millennium Falcon, so it's the bad guys ship. So very unique when it comes to Millennium Falcons. Plus, we have just as a unique character lineup for the minifigures with Luke in his beach outfit, Jedi Vader from the Star Wars Infinite comics, Bounty Hunter C-3PO, who saw that one coming with the red eyes and the black arm. Then we get our original character, Darth Dev, and then probably the most memed Star Wars figure in this set, Darth Jar Jar. Who would have ever thought that we'd ever see that? And then finally, probably the most canon figure in this set, Darth Rey from her vision in Rise of Skywalker. Taking a look at the box art, we see this set in its full glory, flying over what I can only assume to be Tatooine with that desert or that rocky landscape with the twin suns. Ends up there in the sky. Taking a look at action, which looks really, I gotta say, looks really, really good. Top of the box art, you get a one-to-one image of the Jedi Vader figure. And swinging around to the back, we get to see all our figures doing who knows what. Looks like looks like Jedi Vader's got himself into some serious trouble. Plus, it looks like Luke's having trouble with his dark side apprentice. Plus, you can see a lot of the functions, like the opening cockpit, from the same opening top, like from the Rise of Skywalker Millennium Falcon, that I unfortunately do not have. So this is actually going to be my first time experiencing this new way to, open up the Millennium Falcon. Plus, you got a few other details going on, like putting your characters in the gunner seat. They got their own version of the jar table, though I think it's more of a video game setup. Plus, you got a cell to throw in either Luke or Vader, or plus a hidden Imperial throne, which I believe, if I remember right, that's hiding a Sith holocron, which is just really, really cool. This box does not have the push tabs, so you don't have to damage the box if you don't want to. So we'll go ahead, get this open. Let's see how bag heavy this beast of a set is. Alright, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, technically 17, 18 bags of parts. And it looks like there might, from this field of things, there might be multiple instruction manuals in this cardboard file thing. Like, why are they doing this? And like why are they doing this in paper but not the rest of the bags? And no, it's not. It's not two instruction manuals. It's just one really big one. Okay, there we go. Like, there's no way they could do a set this big and not throw in a bunch of stickers. So yeah, we got a bunch of stickers there. So take a look at the instruction manual. We got the full set in a CGI render. Opening it up, as I mentioned, we got a ad for paper bags. As I said, with a set without them. We do have an ad for the 25th anniversary of LEGO Star Wars. Then we jump straight into the build. And back we got 1, 2, 3 pages of parts, and then we got an ad for all 3 of the Rebuild the Galaxy sets. This one, the Jedi Starfighter, and the X-Wing TIE Fighter mashup. Oh, pretty much what I expected from this instruction manual, except for it being, well, technically I should have expected it to be this big. I mean, look at this thing. This is a thick manual. But again, with 1,500 plus pieces, who's surprised? So, with as big as this set is, I won't be doing a time lapse on it. But so we'll go ahead and jump into the review on the full set right now. All right, the build is done. That took a considerable amount of time, to build. But considering, well, I mean, how many pieces are we dealing with here? 1,579. Yeah, I'd be a bit disappointed if it didn't take a long time to build. This was quite an enjoyable build, I must say. We'll go ahead and start off with the figures, starting with one of my personal favorites. We got the Jedi Darth Vader. If you guys don't know the background of this guy, this guy is based off of Star Wars Infinity. Think of it as like a comic book, Star Wars comic book version of Marvel's What If. It ran for 3 issues, one covering a what if from all 3 of the original trilogy movies, and this one is specifically based off of Return of the Jedi. Long story short, it was a what if things at Jabba's palace went terribly, terribly wrong. I won't go into all the details, but I will explain how this character came to be. Long story short, things went differently at the Battle of Endor, and while the Death Star was destroyed, Emperor Palpatine was able to escape. However, Luke and Leia, who were both on the Death Star at the time, managed to bring Anakin back to the light, and all 3 of them got off as well. And at the end, Anakin joined the Rebel Alliance and recolored his Vader armor from black to white. A visual change of what had happened to him on the inside. And I gotta say, LEGO did a wonderful recreation of this. Vader actually looks really, really good in white. You also get some metallic printing up there, like on the stripes, seams over there at the top of the torso. Plus, you got some good metallic printing on the shoulder armor. And on top of that, you got a lot of metallic printing on like all the on like all the mechanical controls on there. Nice printing with the robes on the legs, and you can also see a visual difference in the face when you take off the helmet. Like, there's no scarring, no burn marks whatsoever. He's just getting old. So yeah, I really love what LEGO did, recreating quite a classic image from Star Wars comics from back in the day. Really love that character. Next up, we've got Darth Rey. Unfortunately, much like Darth Maul from the Sith Infiltrator and Ezra from the Battle of Pridia set, you may notice Rey is missing something, specifically pupils. Don't know what LEGO is doing with 2024, but I gotta say, for a company that says only the best is good enough, when it came to some of the figures this year, specifically 2024, even good enough wasn't good enough for their standards. But other than that, she's a pretty decent character. She's using the new hood piece and an interesting cape piece. Like, you can let me compare it to Vader's. You can see it's about the same length, but it's quite a bit thinner. It's more rectangular than it is triangular. But you got some basic printing on the torso. Oh, she's got her double-bladed lightsaber. She's using a binocular piece in black to get that look, which honestly looks really well. But personally, I can't help but feel like I'd like to see, like LEGO use like the Monkey Kid staff piece in black, so we could also have the fully extended out version of the lightsaber. Also, if you take off the hood piece, you can see a more battle-ready face for Rey. So yeah, interesting way for us to get a what if Rise of Skywalker character in a LEGO set. Wasn't expecting that, to be honest. Next up, we got another really nice one. We've got Beach Luke. Luke, first off, you probably obviously knows that the skin on the torso is a bit thin due to it being the light blue. But I gotta admit, one thing I didn't notice until I started making this video is that you notice Luke is wearing the Japor snippet necklace that Anakin gives to Padme in Phantom Menace, and she's actually buried with in Revenge of the Sith. Really nice touch there. Also, you got a lot of like doodles on his shirt, like you can kind of make out like R2 R2, R2 there, maybe an Ewok, there. So yeah, a lot of interesting doodles there on his hula shirt. Of course, he's wearing some nice sunglasses. Nice choice for the hairpiece. He's got some more doodles on the back, like you can see. Yeah, almost like a Star Wars version of the Grave Wave printing. You can see his homestead with the dual sunset and and a surfboard. So yeah, nice printing all over for the shirt. He's got another look for a secondary face. This one without the sunglasses. His legs actually remind me of like the pants he wears on the Bespin, and you notice he's got a carton of blue milk for an accessory. No printing on this one, unlike the Skywalker Saga poly bag that we got. But all in all, pretty solid figure. Next up, we've got Darth Dev, who is basically Sid Grayling's brother gone dark side. He's basically the Emperor. Or nice nice printing over the face. You can see a couple of scars going on there, like one across the eyebrows, and then a couple. And well, those might not be scars. Those might just be his cheeks. As he's got, he's got a much friendlier face. It seems for his secondary face, of course, he's got his lightsaber in the classic metallic look. I love the look for his suit. Like it's like the majority color is black and gunmetal gray. Also, you notice he's got a full-on metal arm, and he's got like it. The look reminds me very much of like Inquisitor armor, or like you got the black got chest piece. You got some metallic ending there on the belt and on the knee pads and some extra robes, and he's got the classic Sith black robe, and he's got some nice printing going on in the back. So really, really nice. He's a job on Darth Death. Next up, we've probably got the most memeable character in the set. We've got Darth Jar Jar, but he's probably also the most popular figure in this, other than maybe the Jedi Darth Vader. Funny story, guys. I didn't realize this until I finished building the set, but this is actually the first Lego set I've ever gotten with Jar Jar Binks, and it's the Sith Lord Jar Jar. I can't believe this. This is ridiculous. Anyway, we've been getting his this printing for Jar Jar's face for quite a few years now, but this is my first time I've ever seen it in person, and it looks fantastic. Man, you got eyes and the eyes sockets look pop up real nice. He's had nice printing on the nostrils. Wonderful printing all over on the ears. Looks really, really good. And to be honest, his jacket almost kind of reminds me of Hans from Solo Star Wars story. But of course, it's in these Sith colors with like plenty of metallic printing on there, along with the red. And there he does have his lightsaber, but you notice his hilt is gunmetal gray, and then he's got a transparent blue 1x1 cylinder, which I believe is supposed to represent a holocron. And let me get his head off here. Tight fit there. There we go. That's what his back printing looks like. Really, really good. Whoop. So yeah, rather interesting that the first Jar Jar figure I ever got is the conspiracy theorist is the Sith Jar Jar, but all in all, a really solid figure. And then lastly, we've got the Bounty Hunter C-3PO. He's he's mainly got the majority, same old C-3PO printing as usual. Like you got the exposed wires, plenty of metallic printing all around. You can they're trying to make it look like he's got the gray leg, but without really trying. But of course, the main differences are the red eyes that really made an impression in Rise of Skywalker, and then of course a black arm. So yeah, really solid wave of figures going on here. Let me move these guys aside. We'll take a look at this beauty. They definitely changed up the Millennium Falcon for this set. It's not a gray slab, the usual gray slab we usually get with the Falcon. It's like there's definitely some grays in there, but it's mainly like dark, black, dark gray, and some really nice red accents. Taking a look at the cockpit piece that is fully printed, and the black lines up perfectly with the black of the pieces. Take a look at the cockpit. Two, you can sit two figures in there, and then you got a control stick and a printed console. As I said at the beginning of the video, this is my first time where you've got the large fold-out panels so for the set, and those line up really nice. You got a couple of spring-loaded shooters here in the prongs, and those fire off just fine. And then one of the biggest difference on the outside of Falcon is this guy right here. That's not an antenna; it's a Death Star super laser. And they did a good job putting that on. The one thing I would have done differently is that I would have added a couple pieces, give the impression that the super laser is firing, which is something I did just a simple mod with. I took a green spring-loaded shooter shot, and then I don't really have any of these pieces in green, but it's a 1x1 cylinder piece. Just slide that on there, pop it on. Oh, hopefully it stays there. Yeah, come on. Guess I should have tested this first. There we go. And yeah, I actually really like that. It actually gives the impression that the super laser is firing. That's something I wish Lego had done. Also, this thing does have the newer style, quad laser cannons with the minifigure ski poles attached on the front. Got a little sticker detail on there. Actually, there's quite a bit of stickers going on here with all the 2x2 circular tiles here, and then over here in the back as well. Also taking a look underneath, you do have the other quad laser cannon plus your landing gear. You probably can remove the landing gear if you want to, but personally I wouldn't. And also you got a nice amount of greebling going all around with, like, you got the plastics two pieces around the engine exhaust, which by the way looks really nice in that red color instead of the usual blue. Like I said, lots of greebling going on here. Like, you got some minifigure paint rollers here in the side. Lots of extra details going on all around. Oh, honestly, they made this thing look really nice. And again, the folding feature is really simple as well, as you don't have to do all the individual panels. Instead, you've got three or four larger panels that just fold out really simply. Oop. I say as part of it pops off. There we go. All right. But once you get the Falcon interior open up, it looks really good as well. Starting off at the front, you have this it's a removable throne here for like Darth Dev or Jar, whoever you want on there. But once you open that up, you can take a look inside, and I'll get that off real quick. There we go. And you got a red gem, which I do believe is supposed to represent a Sith holocron, and that just sits there in the back behind the throne. Let's see if I can get that back on there. There we go. Okay, so that wasn't so bad at all. Also in front of the throne, you have a large computer screen, with a total of 3 stickers, so a bit big from one computer screen, but it looks really nice. You got a couple next to that. You got a couple of beds, along with a third shot for your spring-loaded shooter, and underneath the railing on there, you can kind of make it out there in the green. That's Luke's surfboard. Wasn't expecting that. Also, they kind of upgraded the usual, like, the Jark hollow chest board in this by bumping it up into a full-on gaming system. You got a couple of here you've got a small table over here with a gaming control. There's your main screen. You got the console over here, which with that black and white coloring really reminds me of a PS5. But you notice when the controller also has a bit of a screen as well, so that makes me wonder if this is like some sort of a hybrid between a PS5 and a Nintendo Switch. Back here in the back, you've got your hyperdrive generator, and in the red here, you've got a containment cell. Oh, so you can throw I don't know. Let's put a fader in it, in there. Whoops. Hopefully he fits in there. Probably wouldn't have his lights in saber. I mean, what's the point of putting someone in a prison cell but letting him keep his weapon? There we go. It looks a bit tight in there. Like the box shows Beach Luke in there instead of Jedi Vader, but he fits in there really good. And then back here you've got a cargo crate with what appears to be another kyber crystal, or who knows, maybe it's supposed to be fuel. Oh, like who knows? Like it can be whatever you want. So yeah, that's a pretty solid interior for a Millennium Falcon. Like there's not much they could really do to change it up, but what the changes they did do, like the removable throne and then the gaming console, I gotta admit, I really like them. Like having only gotten the Force Awakens minifig Millennium Falcon before, or that's actually a pretty solid change, because you might remember that one, Seb. Well, much like the movie, it's a bit of a mess in there. But all in all, this is a pretty solid Millennium Falcon, and I do like like I said, I like the changes in the interior. That I've experienced the new way of opening the panels. I really like the change. It's not so tedious. Plus the figures are a real highlight in this one. Like you get some popular characters and new looks. Like looks some people probably thought we'd never get in a Lego set, with like Jedi Vader and of course this guy here, Darth Jar Jar. Then we got the Rise of Skywalker, Rey, Beach Luke, you got the Bounty Hunter 3PO, and then Darth Dev, our fully original character from Rebuild the Galaxy. So all in all, this is a really solid set. I'm glad I decided to pick this up. So yeah, if you guys were fans of Rebuild the Galaxy and you just want a bit of a reskin for Millennium Falcon, this is a solid set. Great build, solid figures. There's a good interior for the set. I see no reason why you shouldn't pick this up. I personally think it's well worth the $180. So that'll be the end of this video. Thank you for joining me for it. If you guys enjoyed it, you know what to do. Hit like, subscribe, all that stuff. Ring the bell to be notified of all videos as soon as they become available. Check out my channel and some more of my content on the end screen in just a few seconds. And I will see you all in the next video. Later, everybody. Oh, and one thing I almost forgot to show off with this set is that those quad laser cannons, they aren't just there for show. There's play feature there as well. You can lift up the top dorsal turret, and inside you can find a little slide out panel where you can put two of your minifigures at the controls of those gun turrets. So yeah, I can't believe I almost forgot about that, but that's definitely something you can do. So that'll be the actual end of this video. Later, everybody.